I haven't seen you since the Volk fight, Eugene. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, not much to tell really. Volk was in really good form, I thought, leading up to the fight. The training camp I thought went well for him. Fight week I think went really, really well for him. I don't want to go into what happened in the fight too much because I'm obviously of the belief that a champion like him deserves an immediate rematch. So I won't go into the details of what happened, but Volk, we made mistakes. We made some mistakes, and we paid for making those mistakes. And we got to take responsibility for those mistakes. Responsibility as coaches, or as a coach myself, and and obviously Volk has to take responsibility as well. So you just collectively as a team take responsibility for those mistakes that were made. Topuria was able to capitalize on them, which is what he should do. That's his job. And then, here we are. I can't divulge too much, but I'm obviously in the camp that he deserves a rematch. I think he's done everything that he needed to do as a champion. He's represented himself, his family, his team, and most of all, he's represented the company well. He's been a long-standing champion. He's defended the belt many times. He's fought through injuries. He's taken fights on short notice for the company. He checks every box that there is to in relation to getting an immediate rematch. And obviously one of the other important boxes he ticks is there a bigger fight to make than that fight in the division? And the answer is no. There's not. So I'm sure the team will do everything they can to secure that rematch, and then we'll do everything in our power to turn that result around.
When you say immediate, because of the knockout, how soon would you be happy, or has he had any doctor's checks or anything? He seemed real sharp straight after the fight. In terms of like his symptoms, he doesn't have any symptoms, which is not the case in the last knockout. There's so many variables when it comes to like having a knockout and how much symptoms, how many symptoms you suffer and all of that. I don't know the science behind it, and I'm not going to begin to try and understand it, but he seems to not be as affected by this concussion as he was by the last one. I wouldn't be able to tell you why. He definitely needs to rest. Like he needs to rest his head, but I mean, he needs to be sensible, but he also needs to, he's also will be very keen to get that rematch this year. A lot of it, some of it was going to obviously be dictated by just he needs to medically be cleared and rest, and then some of it's going to be dictated by the UFC and when they want to get the ball rolling again. But I know that him and the team are very keen to fix up some of those mistakes. Yeah. Talking about the ball rolling, Aaron Toe has kept his ball rolling by having another stoppage. He's causing, a lot of people have got eyeballs on him at the moment.
Yeah, him and Baby fought on the weekend, and Baby had a good fight as well. She didn't get the result she wanted, and Aaron fought an excellent fight against a good opponent and was able to come out on top. Yeah, I mean, Aaron's like,
I'm not going to sit it like I will always where I can try and avoid saying, oh, he's the best at this and the best at that, or he's the best bantamweight in Australia and New Zealand, because quite frankly I don't know all the fighters in Australia and New Zealand. But what I will sit here and say is that at that level, UFC level, at the highest level, which I'm quite familiar with, he is able to compete with the best guys in the world. And obviously, as evidence to that is his fights, but also just I know him from the training room and the mat and what he can do, and I just know that he's ready to compete at the highest level in the world. And then obviously not just compete, but we're not just trying to get there to compete. We're trying to get there and we're trying to be somebody.
Is his name on their list?
Yep, Aaron's quite familiar, very familiar to the powers that be. They know who Aaron is. They know of his skills. They're very complimentary. Now it's just getting from the point we are now to getting an opportunity where you're actually in the octagon. There's a few things that have to fall into line and happen, but that's what we're trying to do now. In the meantime, all Aaron's job is just keep getting better.
Of course, this weekend coming, we've got Tyson Pedro.
Yep, Tyson left to Vegas yesterday, and I'll join him tomorrow night. He's looking good. He's done everything that's needed of him in the camp. It is, I believe, his last fight. On his contract. So whether that's going to be his last UFC fight or not, I'm not too sure. But he's treating this as his last fight. So he's going out. He's going to go out there and put on the best performance possible against a really, really highly touted opponent, young up-and-comer who's got a very good skill set. And Tyson's, we've obviously have a plan, and Tyson's going to try and take advantage of some of the things we've seen. It'll be a good match.
Anybody else got fights? Because last time I spoke to you, there was a few balls in the air, but has anything been confirmed for any of the others?
I know Carlos's match was just been postponed, and I know Kevin's. I'm not sure if Kevin's got a opponent. I'm not sure if that's been announced, but those guys will have a match officially announced soon. I try not to do the announcement myself because then I sometimes get told off. So you've got to let it go through the official channels. But I'm able to say, at the very least, that they've got something in the works.
Could you tell us if they're in fight camp at the moment?
They are just outside of fight camp. Just outside, so they'll be in fight camp. They'll be in fight camp very soon. They're very soon. And to be honest, I just don't. Also, to be fair, I just don't know. I don't. It's not in the forefront of my mind when they're fighting, unless they're in camp. So once they tick over to being in camp, then I'm like, okay, now I know that you're in camp. Before that, what's expected of them is they just have to come and train and do some maintenance, upskill, all of that. But when that camp date hits, that's when I know. That's when I take over.
Could you tell us why why Carlos's fight was postponed?
From what I understand, and it might not be completely accurate, I think the opponent maybe had an injury that he needed to need a little bit more time to recover from. Yeah.
Any other news for Combat TV viewers?
I started the first Alta season of the year, which is obviously something that that I tremendously enjoy a lot. Started with about 95, 96 people. It's not too late to join. It's only a trial week, so if you want to join, I highly recommend it. I think it's one of the most life-changing experiences you can ever go through if you get a chance to intentionally put yourself through a bit of adversity, put some obstacles in your way and try and train mixed martial arts for 5 months. Get up every morning, change your lifestyle, change the way you eat, change the way you sleep, change the way you rest, change the way you exercise, and then try and get in the cage at the end of it. I think that's one of the best things you can do for yourself. People will get so much out of it.
Okay, well, thank you once again for updating us, and good luck this weekend.
Yeah, I'll see you when I get back to him.
Okay, mate.
Good, mate.